So, I mean, last presentation we have understood what is Spark and what is Hadoop, right? So in this presentation, I will explain you the pragmatic approach to use Apache Spark and PySpark, okay? So let me start PySpark. Just command PySpark, it will work. Now let me open new terminal, which anyway, I think I have open terminal where I'm in download. So I will go to my new GitHub. Close this. Apache Spark. I will download the readme.md file. Let's click on the row, download that. You can say wget and download the file. So let me see that file is there. Yes, there. Sorry, I will just download. I will just use the PySpark library to read the text file. So I will say readme _df text data frame. Is this a variable data frame? I will say spark.read.text and provide the path. So let me go. Hello, you there?
Yeah.
This readme. Copy. So now you have a, okay, this is the file. So you to give the protocol.
But this file extension is MD.
Markdown. Readme.md. But that's file still, it can be read as a text file. So readme. This is a text file. If I say count, it will count the rows and give you the count. 1, not 8 is the content. If you want to see the content, you can say so. Now you see that it has been scrapped, right? ... automatically.
Yeah.
When you want a full content to be visible, you have to say here false. I think false would be F here. That's 1,000 false. So you can see the content, right? What the file has.
Why is 1,000 for the purpose of?
Number of lines. First argument to the show method is number of lines that you want to show from the data frame, right? Now, the second argument by default is true to showcase as a column. But if you want to see all the content, you have to say false, right? Which will give you everything which you can see here. Got it?
Yeah.
So now we have a data frame called readme_text data frame. We can do all the operation on top of that. Let's do some operation on top of that. Now I want to see the first row of that. You have to say dot first. First row is Apache Spark is the first line of the text file, okay? So let me count that how many times the Spark word is used inside that. So filter, same variable again, dot value dot contains Spark. This gives us nothing. If you show it, it tells you all the lines, where Spark is used. Okay. Again, you can say false
Yeah.
here. It won't work. We give some number here. False. You can see all the lines where Spark word has been used. Okay. So you will say filter. So listen carefully. There is a data frame. You are saying dot filter. So you want to filter out the data where the data frame dot value contains what it contains, Spark. Okay. So show me the lines in data frame where Spark word has contained. Got it?
Yeah.
So now let's count that. How many times is it contained? You can actually create the variable called only Spark data is equal to this, and use only Spark data dot count. This will give you 19 times Spark is used in entire readme.md file. Okay. So if you want to do this kind of exploratory
Yeah.
analysis on the data in Spark, you can do such a way. So the function names are similar as pandas, probably, as you know, right?
Yes. Your internet connection is not stable.
I think mine is good. How about yours?
I saw the notification on your screen.
Probably, but let's go ahead. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about aggregation. So you need to import a module called from PySpark.sql.functions import star. So when you do that, you should be able to get all the functions in the Spark. I told you, as you know, that you have SQL functions like group by and those things. Those are available as a function in the PySpark SQL functions package. So a functions module, and then you can use that. Once you say import star, means you are importing all the function available in that module. Okay.
Yes.
Now
So is the syntax to use the symbol of the star?
yeah, it is syntax. Let's use this thing. Readme text data frame dot select size split text file dot value s plus name number of words dot aggregate maximum column number of words and collect. This might not work because so what we are doing, let me explain you. When you say readme text data frame print schema, you will see that what is there inside that number of columns, you can see, right? So you have only value as a one column, nothing exists. Value is that only because that's the one main thing. Now if you want to select the value, the syntax is that like how you do select query, data frame dot select value, right? And then you can do so 100 and false, let's say. It will print the same thing which it has printed earlier, right? So what are we doing here? We are saying select size, and then we want to split. What we want to split? We want to split the data frame dot value. Actually, you don't have to say entire data frame dot value. You can directly should be able to say only value. Okay. We want to split the value by space plus slash s plus
Slash s plus.
means the words, every word with this place you want to split. Okay, and then you want to tell it as a name, number of words, right? Now let's break the syntax and understand how things works till here. Till here. Now you got data frame of size split value integer. This is actually RDD until you say collect. Collect is a method. Please remember, collect is a method to collect the data from RDD. Okay. When you say collect, you will see the data. But this data has no value because it's not executed. You need to call other functions to get this executed. To simplify that, you are doing aggregate maximum of column. So dot egg is something like you are doing aggregate function. Which aggregate function you want to call is a maximum function, and then you will say column number words and collect. When you do that, you will get row of maximum of number of words is 16. So 16 words are there used as a Spark, and that. Okay, the simple way of doing that. Let's say word count is equal to readme tags data frame dot select explode, and then you say split readme underscore tags underscore data frame is your
variable name.
Data frame name dot value is a column name, and then you are saying that space plus double comma, and then alias means as. If you remember in SQL syntax you say as, right?
Yeah.
That means
you use for the table name alias.
Also column or alias you can use.
No, I practice with the table name. It's used when you join the table.
Also, see, alias means some column name or table name, okay? Object of some reference. This alias you can actually do the as. No need to sorry, no need to say alias.
Yeah,
and then you can do group by, right? You want to group by word, and the count is the aggregation function. Okay, this as doesn't work in Python. Word count. Oh, this needs to say tag one. So what we have done, data frame dot select, you want to select something from that. Explode is a function which can exploit the data from different data structure to the column data structure. You say string to column data structure export. You want to split this value by a space, and you want to tell this entire expression as word. You want to group by word, right? Every word you want to group by, and you want to count. Got it?
No, but in the previous example we see the 16 row, and here we see the 20 rows.
The previous example which we have done, where we were, where it is gone. Do you see the output of previous example here? The number of words are, here we are counting maximum, okay?
Mm.
So it's 16. Here we are counting the count. Aggregation functions are there, right? Min, max, count, aggregate, average. So if I count maximum here, I'm hoping the same output. I think the best way is to count here. You can count only rows because you don't have number as such, right? So these are the only word count. Each key has each value count, right? Now, if you want to sum out that total, you can say sum. Or sum will not work here. You can again call aggregation of that aggregation, and then let's do one thing. We have word count. Use word count. Now dot select count is a column, right? And then let's do total. So you can do aggregation. Which column you want to aggregate? You will say, I want to aggregate the column count. What you want to compute? You say, I want to compute the sum. Column. Sum count. Yeah. So 5 for 4. So what? See here, you can only see the 20 rows. By default, rows is 20 in the word count. So word count is data frame. Dot count is how many? 289. Okay. See, you asked me why we can see only 20, because by default, when you do so will show you only 20 rows by default. Okay. You can always say here number. You want 100 rows, it will show you 100 rows.
Okay. So if the actual number of the row is 50 and I pass the 100, then how much? So how many?
50
rows
only, because if it has 50, then it will show 50 only, right?
Okay. So always pass the more number, so you get the exact output.
If you want to know, then you can just say count. Count will tell you exact rows, right? 289. Sorry. 289. You see 289 rows, right? Any doubts so far? Any questions so far?
No.
So coming back, see, word count is data frame with us, contains 2 columns. How you can see? You can say columns, word and count. Okay. If you say word count dot sample 10, it should be able to give. No, sample doesn't work here. No, sample will not work. So word count data frame, you want to see the data, you can say the so, you can see the data word and count, right? Now let's say what you want to do. You want to count the sum of entire count column, okay?
Yeah.
So sum is one kind of aggregate of a function, right? So if you are in SQL, what you will do? Select sum of count from table, right? Here, same thing we will do. Word count is data frame. We will select the column called count dot. Since it's aggregation function, we need to say egg. In the function, we will use the column name. Which column, which function you want to compute? You say, I want to compute the sum. Okay, which column is that? Count. Column name is always used in the bracket. Okay. Now, if you find this command, you will not see output. It's a lazy evaluation Spark. If you want to show it, you need to say so. Okay. So count is 544 of the sum. If you want to,
all 289 rows total.
see, not 280 rows total. 1 plus 1 plus 1 like that.
Yeah, like this, but understood. Yeah.
If you want to find the
Mm.
maximum value of entire column, the maximum value is 49.
Okay.
Now let's say you want to see entire row, then you will remove this select and you will say so. It will show you everything. Now see, the only difference is that when you use aggregation function, the column which you only use the aggregate function, that will be visible. If you want to see any other column, then you need to do group by. So you will do group by column. Which column is that? Word which you want. Okay. So now you can see the maximum of group by, but you don't have duplicate columns, so you won't be able to do group by much. But now you want to see the row and the word column where the count is maximum, right? So let's try to do something. Filter aggregate maximum count. This might not work. I'm just trying something. No, you can't do that. So min max, as I told you, you can do in this way, right? So let's find the minimum value in entire column. Minimum is 1. Let's find the average value here. Average is this. So sum of total and divide by count. Okay. Let's find the count. Count will be this count, but let's do the count of count 289, right? So it works. Any doubts so far?
No.
So one more thing. Is you can do filter. I think I told you or no. So word count is data frame. Now I want to filter out where Spark word has been used, right? So I will always say word count data frame dot value dot contains Spark dot so. Okay. The word is the column, right? Word count dot word. The column is this word. So yeah, see, if you want to see, anyway, we know the 5 records, which are false. You can see these 5 rows contain the Spark. Got it? So word count is data frame. You want to filter the data by what? Word count dot word means word count data frame dot column name. Column name is a word here, right? Dot contain, okay, what Spark, and then so 10 records. False means so entire column without truncating the row data. Okay. So now you got this. Again, you can do that. You want to find the maximum value from this, right? So then you will do group by. You will put this expression as it is. Dot aggregation, where you will do maximum, the count. Okay, now let's show this. So now you got 14. Now I'm in confusion that group by is giving us a value called true, not actual value, right? Because this condition is true, word count dot word contains, which means that you probably don't have to do this contains Spark condition. If you don't do, it is not showing the only one row. But this does group by word count dot word dot contain Spark. You can also put a when condition here, when this contains, comma, you showcase the word count dot word. Okay. So again, we came to the same condition. When what contains Spark, showcase this word, otherwise I think you can't do that. Oi. Huh. This way you can see the true, this contains that, and then you have a count. Let's try without group by, so then you won't be able to see other column. You'll see only max count, right? Let's try something else now. Here only we say and, again we put the filter, and we tell aggregation maximum of count, but so now you can't do like that. This is the best, where we have true. Now you can also always put a condition here that select when as word I think you can just get count, you don't get the value, because if you group by value, that shouldn't work. But I think I made a mistake here. I should only say um, let's do one thing. Let's group by word only. Then you get a maximum by count is the column, and you get 14. Now if you select here where you say select word maximum. The problem is that this column name is max count, which I don't want. I want max underscore value, and then maximum of max underscore value. In Python, S doesn't work. I think this would be alias. Every time you can alias. This is a big error. Word is not aggregate function. Rep max value as max value is when doing function, or rep word is first or first value if you don't care which would you care. This means all I'm saying is what when you have a where it is gone, you had this code which gives you word count dot filter, where you have word count data frame dot word means column contains Spark, and then you group by column. Then you do aggregation of maximum of the count column. Alias, you call it maximum value. You order by max value, and you can showcase the 100 records, right? After that, what we have done is that to showcase the order by descending order, and then to take the first value out of that. So this one. Say things, let us execute again. This gives you the order by the max value column, and this doesn't work because by default order by is ascending A to Z. So you see small value to big value here. And when we want to do it descending, this is actually you have to say call, because this is column, and then you say here column bracket close, and then call other function called descending. No need to show it because we know it will work. Let's say after descending,
Well, parentheses is outside descending.
no, I think there's other issue here.
Hello.
Give me 1 minute.
Yeah. I think they are not.
What is problem here? That I forgot to close the bracket. We don't need bracket here. What I'm doing? Invalid argument string column unary operation. So let's use till that. Okay, you need to call in Python. You need to close the bracket in method. You can't just keep as it is. Okay. So this is correct sentence. We have done descending order. Then we will show that. Anyways, 10 false. Now you can see order has changed 14, right? Now you want to pick the first one, you will say first. What the hell is going on? After so you can't call anything. So it's 14. If you say take 1, you will get first row. 14, right? Where were we? Not this. What the hell going on? Yeah, so let's talk about some of the other things. How you can create data frame. One way you saw that you can read the CSV file, you can read the text files, right? But if you have primary data structure in Python, can we create that or no? Yeah, you can create. You can say list RDD is equal to spark.parallelize. You can say spark.parallelize in a list 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, right? So no. See, when you open the Spark.
Yeah, Spark is
SC object, right? When you start, it will tell you that you can use Spark as SC.
Yeah.
So that's the reason you can say SC dot parallelize, and that you can create the list of 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16, let's say, and you say list RDD is equal to this. Now you say list RDD. You can say parallelize. Now it's any. See, in data frame you can say dot so, right? Press not down. In data frame, to see the content, you will say dot so. In RDD, to showcase the content, you will say collect. Because it's lazy evaluation. When you dot collect, it will give you the output, right? Now you can say here any other method which you want to do probably. So let's create a couple of RDDs. Okay. So you can say collect.2df. Here you can provide the column name. Let's say you want to say value as a column name. 2df doesn't work or what? We'll do it a different way now. Let's create the tuple of RDD. Tuple RDD. sc.parallelize, this is tuple, right? List of tuple, by the way. Now you can use lambda function. You want to compute log2 of the first one, that was a list of RDDs is equal to list RDD dot map. Map is a lambda function, so you can say lambda x math dot log x raised to 2. So you want to compute log. Once you compute that, you can say dot collect. So you should be able to see output. Math is not defined. We have to import the math. Let's import the math. Okay. So you import the math and then you say list rdd.map. Map means iterate. When you call map on RDD, it will iterate all the elements in map. Okay. And then apply what? Lambda means the function, x means one object, Now say math.log x. So this lambda x will become all the element available in list RDD. So list RDD contains the list 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, right? Now when you call the lambda, when you call the map, means you are iterating that, simple. So if I remove this thing and call the map, syntax is map, and that you need to call lambda, and then you can use any variable. I'm using a as a variable. I'm saying print a. Okay. Now when you say log to list rdd dot collect, you'll see 168421, right? Because what I'm doing, the operation map means do it for all the element available in this RDD. Lambda is syntax, a is object. Now whatever you want to do with the object, you say colon and then you do something. Okay. So here what I'm doing print. Now whatever you want to do with that, you can do it.
Like, what is the function of the lambda?
Lambda is syntax, there's no function. That's what I'm saying.
Or what is a?
A is the object.
Which one?
Anything, variable name. So you are saying list RDD is collection, call the map, take one element from the list RDD, okay, in the lambda, right? And now you will say how you can access the element from list RDD inside this map function. You need some variable, right? So you are saying assign that 111 byte to a. The same way, same way, if you just create the list and then you say a in list, right? And then you say print a. You print this, right?
Yeah.
So now
order is changed in previous example.
No. I'm saying you can do same thing in Python. List.map lambda x print x. List doesn't have map. Why list doesn't have map in Python? Map function on Python on list. I think you can do list on map. Yeah, the function, the way it works is different a bit. So how you can do is that it is like map, and then you say lambda, and then you have x here. What you want to do, you say you want to do print x, and then you say comma, and then provide the list object name here. Okay. And then Twitter a is equal to that. Anyways, I don't know on that what's actual syntax, but the way it works is same way you saw here, right?
Yeah.
Think that you have a list.
You can see in the
or a in list, and then you print a. A is what? Areas. I mean, each object that you get from the list, right?
Yeah.
A can be 1, A can be 2, A can be 3, A can be 4. Same way here, list identity.map lambda A print A. So A can be the element on that, okay?
But since that here you can use the for loop and you start the 0, 1, 2, and 3 about the indexing of the list. And when we using the map, you can see start from the last.
Correct. But technically what it does, it take each element and compute the math log of 2, okay, of for each element.
Yeah.
This is the log value of every element in the list of RDD. Now we want to compute the Fahrenheit from Celsius. So let's do it. For that value, list RDD.map lambda row, and then what we are saying that row of 0 float. Let's use a tuple one here, okay? Tuple list RDD. What was the tuple name? List tuple. Sorry. List tuple RDD.map lambda row of 0 and float row of 1 minus 32 into 5 divided by 9. Let's to collect and see. So what are we doing? See what we have first. We have value like some year, okay? And we have value in Celsius probably, which we want to compute to Fahrenheit. What is formula? Is Fahrenheit to Celsius? -22.
5/9.
Yeah, same thing what I told you, that this is a formula to compute the Fahrenheit to Celsius. So the data is given in Fahrenheit and you have to compute the Celsius of that, okay? So we want to keep the lambda as a row. Now what does it mean by row? Row is the any variable that you know. So row of 0, you want to keep it tuple, okay, so as it is here. And then you want to convert float to row of 1 minus row of 1 means always this value.
Yeah, tuple second value, 0, 1, yeah,
22nd minus 11 and those things. And then you will say minus 32 into the formula 5 divided by 9, right? And then you are saying collect, so you got the value. Yeah, so 0 का क्या होता है वो देखते हैं हम अभी. -177778, right? This one.
It is 0 minus 32 minus 32 and then.
So now you know if you have data in RDD, let's say this is data in RDD, and you want to compute, you want to use separate thing and compute something, apply any formula, right? What you will do, you will use the map, use lambda row, and in that you will create your formula here, okay? And you will use it. Let's create the RDD of a string here. String RDD. S3 parallelized to string in a list, okay? Technically, it's a list of string RDD. So list of string RDD, and then we'll split by space dot map, and then we say lambda x and the same Python function to split, right? X dot split by space. Okay, and then do collect. So you will see one. So now you get output because you split it each word 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It was 1, 2, 3 as a one string here.
Yeah,
And
etc.
4, 5 is a one string in a list. But now you have a list of list here.
Yeah, list of two strings, but in a
list form.
the word.
Those are words because you do extra split always. Even though if you create this in Python,
Yeah.
let's say X is a Python list. Use a type of X. You will see is a list, right? Now, if you say Y is equal to X dot split, split by a space. Sorry, it's X. So what you can do?
Just use the str in.
Is it split?
At the starting.
You want me to convert to this way? Why? Yeah. A kind of that way also you can do. Other ways I was thinking that you do create a list constructor, list comprehensions, and then you say for A in X, you want to split A dot split to space thing. Run this. Got it? This is the best way to do that. So what are you doing? Using create a list here for A in X, right? So X is a list. So A you get element, then element is a string. You say A dot split, right? By this, and the output of A dot split will become the list because you're putting in a list. Got it? Got it or no?
Yeah.
So same way we have done
For
that.
A in X, so
Pardon?
A element is split by the space.
Yeah. So same thing, what we have done earlier in the Python here. List this one 1 2 3 4 5, right? Now there's one difference. Now this output contain list of list, right? Now you want one list, you don't want two lists. Okay. So you want to flatten. Okay. When you want to flat that out, you'll say flat map. Flat M capital flat map. So now output is what? Only one list, right? Got it? Difference between map and flat map?
Yeah.
See, in a map, you get list of list here, right? When you split it, because there's a two list. A split always create a list from the string, right? But now you don't want to create two lists of one inside the list. You want only one list in output. So when you use map, you will use flat map. Flat map will do what? First, it will do same thing as this map, but then it will flat it out, two list to one list, right? It can flat n number of lists to one list. Okay.
Yeah.
Very clear, Mayur?
Yes.
Okay. Let's create a table 1 and table 2. Let's say table 1 sc.parallelize. The parallelize means what? You want to create the RDD from primitive type of data like tuple or list or like that, okay? And parallelize will also distribute to all the nodes. Now you create table 1. And what is table 1? Table 1 is still RDD, okay? Parallel collection RDD, because list is one type of collection type, right? In Python. List is a which type of type?
Sorry?
List is which type of data type?
Is mutable.
It's mutable, but list is one type of collection, right? Like tuple is collection, dictionary is collection. So in Python, how many types are there which are collection type?
All collection type
Can you speak the
remaining
names?
without set.
Sorry?
All collection type, only one is set is not collection type.
But I'm asking you the names of collection type. So can you tell me collection data types in Python?
List, dictionary, tuple, and set.
And what are the primitive type of data type?
Integer, float, double, and string, because they only store the single data.
Yeah. And what is the difference between list and array?
I try in practically in
Tell me the difference between array and list.
array is the store the integer, whereas the list is store the all data type.
No, array can store
So
no array can store any single type of data which cannot be duplicated. So if you choose integer, you have to use all integers. If you choose string, you use all strings only. You cannot change the data types in array. In list, you can mix up. Okay.
yeah,
So let's create the table 1. Table 1. sc.parallelize table 1 collect. So this is which type of data type? Tell me. You can see the data.
the tuple.
What is tuple?
In a list, tuple.
Sorry?
In a list, tuple.
You have to call list of tuple. Like list of integer is a list of tuple, right?
List of tuple.
So now this is a data RDD. I want to create two data frames. So I will say 2df and provide ID as a column name and the item as a other column, but there's error. You can say collect and then say 2df. No. So when you want to convert data frame, so RDD to data frame, the value is that table 1 df is equal to sc dot spark dot create data frame, and then you will provide the RDD here, table 1 is the RDD, and then you will provide here schema. Okay, table 1 there. So let's do here, then say 2df id and item, both column name. So table 1 is RDD, as you know, right? You can see here parallel collection RDD. So why I was asking about collection, so those when you create with collection data types, as you know, dictionary, list, and tuple, it generates the parallel collection RDD type in the Spark, and yeah, this RDD. And when you want to create the data frame, you will say Spark dot create data frame, pass the RDD object name RDD1. So RDD, as you know, is unstructured. There is nothing column type. It's only data, right? If you see the RDD, here table 1 is RDD. When you want to see the data from RDD, you will use dot collect.
Yeah. Also, yeah.
This is the only data. There's no column name of that, right? Named column. You can't say which is what here because only data. This is unstructured data, right? So when you want to create named column, when you want to create structured data, you want to use that spark.create data frame, pass the RDD, and then you will say 2df means 2 data frame and provide the column names which you want to point. Okay. So this is what I am doing, saying table 1 df is equal to spark.create data frame, pass the RDD object which is the table 1 dot 2df, and anyway we know one column and 2 columns are there, right, everywhere. So we are seeing ID and item and enter. Now you set table 1 df, this is data frame. Okay. ID is a big integer and item is a string, which is true, right? So Spark is a type inference, automatically detect the type. That is what known as a type inference. When you watch the recording, please note it down that this is type inference. Okay.
Yeah.
So table 1 df dot so you see data item and okay, this is structured data in data frame. This is called unstructured data in RDD. Okay.
Yes.
Now this is table. You can fire the SQL query on top of that. Okay. So now you can create the view in Spark once you have a table 1. Let us create table 2 also, similar way. Okay. So 0 office, create tuple 1 school location. Okay. Which item is available in which kind of location? Book is available in study room. So I'm just creating 3 rows here. Say list of tuple equal to this. Now I will create table 2 RDD. Okay. So it will be sc.parallelize. I will use directly the variable called list of tuple. Okay. You got it?
Yeah.
Because anyway, you copy this or you copy the variable, both are same. Table 2 RDD is RDD. Now I want to create the data frame. So can you tell me syntax?
Table 2.
Table 2 df is equal to
spark.create data frame,
spark.create data frame,
table 2,
table 2,
2df,
sorry,
table 2, then dot 2df.
but there is no variable called table 2. So what are you talking about? See, table
Sorry?
1, if you're copying here, then there's table 1 something here called table 1. But we don't have table 2 variable here.
Table 2df.
It is what I'm creating right now. It's not created anywhere.
Then use table 2 RDD.
I think you have not understood the function. When you want to create data frame, you say spark.create data frame and pass the RDD here. So what is RDD which you want to pass here?
Table 2 RDD.
Okay. Then
2df.
and the two columns I want, one is ID and one is location. So ID comma location. Now if I want to see the data, how we can see?
Dot collect.
Because this is not RDD, this is data frame.
Then use dot show.
Please see the type of data I'm using here. Don't just blindly speak something. Table 2 RDD, this is type of RDD. When you say table 2 dot df, this is data frame. Okay. Now I want to see data in table 2 RDD. Tell me how I can see.
Dot collect.
I want to see data in table 2 df. How I can see.
Dot show.
So now now listen carefully. This is very important to know. I want to create the view. When you create the view, it will become the table. Highly optimized virtual table, and the same concept in database. As you know, view in database. What is view in database? From data frame. So table 1 data frame here, right? So I'm creating create or replace temporary view. Okay. Now give the table here. I'm saying table 1 is the temporary view name. Okay. Similarly, I'm creating table 2 df create or replace temp view called table 2. Got it? Now I have spark.sql. Now you can fire when you want. Once you have the view created, you can fire the select query. Okay. But you need to give spark.sql before that. Select star from table 1 dot so. You can see data here. Table 2 dot so. You can see data here. Now I want to join that. Spark.sql. Tell me the join query which I want to join between two tables.
Recording already started.
Table 1. Table 2. Table 2. Table 1. It works, right? This is the correct way to do that. This is the output. How we create earlier. Also, I will send you how I can write. Okay. The easiest way to write any query, any SQL. You say select. You think how many tables you have? 2, right? You can give alias like a.id, b.location, b.item. You can name it in your memory. A is this and B is this, okay? And then you say from table 1. When you say A, it becomes the alias here, okay? Inner join table 2 space B becomes the alias. On, you say a.id is equal to b.id. Got it?
Is run this query.
Hey, this can run anywhere in the world. Spark.sql, this query. .so.
You forgetting the aliasing a.item, not b.item.
Yeah. Right. So this is also a way to create that. I mean, it's up to you which one syntax you want to use, but I will prefer similar kind of this syntax. Okay. So any doubts so far?
No.
So basically in Spark.sql, you can use any kind of big SQL, okay? And run that. So let me go to Spark. Examples. This example called Py. Okay. So let us copy that code. I'm using this numpy to have, sorry, this sublime text to have a py.py function, okay? I mean program. So a simple program, future, you import system, import random, import from random to random, from operator import add. So add is operator to do add, and from PySpark.sql import Spark session. So whatever you can see SC, right? When you open the PySpark, that SC is the object of Spark session called Spark context. Okay. And then this is the main method you create, and this is a comment way of creating this commenting what it does. It does py partition. Syntax is Spark is equal to PySpark.builder.appname Python py get or create. Now I'm saying partitions is equal to integer system argument 1 if length of system argument is greater than 1, else 2. And then I'm saying n is equal to 1 black into partitions. I have a function called define f, which takes anything, and x is equal to random into 2 minus 1, y is equal to random into 2 minus 1, return 1 return 1 if x into 2
x square plus y square.
Yeah, x square plus y square less than equal to 1, else 0. Now I'm saying spark.context.parallelize. This is the same thing which I taught you, sc.parallelize, okay? Range 1, start from 1 and goes till n plus 1, okay? This is partition which we have created. How many participants? Dot map. Earlier we have done the map, remember?
Yeah.
rdd.map. What map can do? Iterate all the element in rdd. Now we are saying f. F is a function. So you compute this thing for all the element that you get technically, okay? This requires 2 elements because you have 2 here. And anyway, we have range 2. 1 comma n plus 1. Okay, and there's a function called reduce. I have clearly explained you what is map reduce, what map can do, the first level of operation to compute something, right? And reduce can work on top of the output of the map function, right? This is the dot reduce, and then you add. Add is what? Operation to do some add to value, to operand. Okay. So print pi is roughly something for 0.0 into count divided by n. Okay. So this is let's open PySpark. It is opening here. Opening. See, one way is to open PySpark, but other way is you can use Spark submit command to submit your Python file. So how to do that? Go here, find Spark submit command here. The syntax for Spark submit is so simple. This way: Spark submit -- master and your Python file. Okay. So let's do that. Spark submit means what? You know, the Spark is the distributed computing framework like Hadoop. Hadoop works on file system, where Sparks work on in-memory system. So now you are saying that I don't want to write one line in Python, but I just want to run the Python file. How you run Python space Python file name, right? Hello, you there?
Yeah.
How you run the Python file, like Python space Python file name, right? You got it or no?
Yeah.
So same way, if you want to run the Spark job, you will say Spark -submit, and then master node, you say local node. How many threads? You say 4 threads you run. Okay. And what is file name? Where's the file? You say file is in document, the path. File name is py.py. Okay. Spark submit. You submit that, and then you wait. It will run the job, and it will print the output. Somewhere it should be, must be there somewhere written output.
Output is at the bottom 12 line.
Yeah, pi is roughly this thing, right? So this is where you submit the Spark jobs. Now, why I wanted to give you this entire history, what is Spark and why Spark work, because we use Spark submit commands in Airflow. Okay. And probably the next task that you'll be working on is to create the Airflow DAG in Python, where the Spark submit are used. Okay. So you will have a big command like Spark submit. There will be so many other things, but this is the basic fundamental of Spark submit. Okay. So you can submit Spark job here, and you can combine all the Python statement in Python file, normal Python file, and then you can submit here. Okay.
What is the local for?
So you are saying run this on local node. It's master. When you have the cluster, see, as I told you, this is a kind of pseudo node cluster. This is not actual cluster. We have one machine, my Apple MacBook. We don't have many other nodes connected to each other as a cluster. Okay, big environment like production and QA environment. This is just a local node. So I'm saying, say local 4. 4 means the 4 thread will run parallelly.
Can I use 5 or 3?
You can use 3 here. Yeah. You can use 8. Yeah.
So you can use any number.
Yeah, but as per your computer's capacity, you can't say 100. There's no capacity of 100 in your computer. Maximum go to
use single digit. Yeah, 0 to 9, 1 to 9.
8 core system, so 1 core for 1 thread, kind of that you can use, right? So